So, fear not, America. It seems like we will be rescued from this hell that we are currently living in. So, with President-elect Joe Biden, you know, preparing to take office pretty soon, sooner rather than later, we keep getting more and more insight into who he will be surrounded by and who his cabinet will consist of. And we've gotten more information uh, regarding a plethora of things, but specifically what I want to talk about today is his supposed senior communication team and what this really means, what I think that this means, and Nira Tanden. So I don't even know if I said her name right. I don't really care if I said her name right. But let's start with her, since she's the most interesting of the bunch, so to speak. So Nira Tanden has been chosen as his director, or he intends to nominate her as his director of the Office of Management and Budget, a critical position overseeing U.S. economic and regulatory policy. Now, what I have in front of me is an article from Glenn Greenwald here, and I have it here because I kind of want to go over why she sucks and why she's an awful person and why she shouldn't be anywhere in that cabinet whatsoever. She shouldn't even be in politics, this person. But let's just go down the list. So first and foremost, she is one of Bernie Sanders' biggest haters, if not his biggest hater. That should just deter you right there. If you're watching this video, chances are you are on the political left, the populist left, and you are an avid supporter of Bernie Sanders, as we are. And she's one of his biggest haters. Opposes everything he believes in, from economics to foreign policy to you name it, you know. But she's just an oppositionist. So let's just get into this really quickly. So this article reads, the list of sociopathic and even monstrous acts from Tanden is too long to list comprehensively. She punched one of her own employees, a reporter for CAP's now abolished blog Think Progress, after he had the temerity to ask Hillary Clinton in 2018 about her support for the Iraq war, claimed she merely had pushed, not punched him. What a valid question that was, but for some reason she felt like she needed to punch the man. And let me add, she has this devotion to Hillary Clinton. She devotes her career to Hillary Clinton. That should be red flag number, 65 or something like that? We know who Hillary Clinton is. Nobody likes her. She's one of the most corrupt that there is. Certainly top 5 all time in terms of corruption. I mean, look, she lost an election to Donald Trump of all people, right? Donald Trump of all people. She lost an election to Donald Trump. Her approval rating is abysmal. Hillary Clinton's approval rating is like more people like Donald Trump than like they like Hillary Clinton. That should tell you something in its own merit, right? And she devotes her career to this person, looks up to this person. Let's continue. In 2011, as the Obama administration was participating in the NATO bombing of Libya, Tanden suggested in internal CAP discussions that the U.S. steal Libya's oil as a way of reducing the U.S. deficit. Wow. That's really low down. Let's continue, shall we? During her tenure as CAP's president, Tanden accepted millions of dollars from the regime of the United Arab Emirates, which built Dubai and Abu Dhabi using slave labor, along with massive donations from Facebook, Google, Microsoft, JP Morgan, the Walton family, and Michael Bloomberg, while hiding the identity of some of her think tank's largest donors. So she's corrupt. Corruption at its finest. Special interests doing the duties of her donors. She's not for me and you. She's for them. Do I even need to continue with this? And in other news, we have all Joe Biden says he has employed an all-women senior communications team. Now, what does all of this mean What does all of this mean? I just read out to you a bunch of facts about why Neera Tanden sucks and why she's an awful person. But what does all of this mean exactly? Oh, and by the way, probably the biggest bombshell I didn't even mention. I just looked at it on my notes. She was like the ringleader of this whole Russiagate bullshit theory. In 2018, they did a poll after this Russiagate thing really took off, right? They did a poll and found that 66% of Democrats believe that Russia had something to do with the election, that it had something to do with stealing votes for Hillary Clinton and giving them to Donald Trump. 66% of Democrats believe that nonsense because of people like Neera Tanden here lobbying for the whole Russiagate nonsense. Now, with her and this all-women's communication team, what does this tell you? What does this really mean for the Democratic Party? To me, what this means is it's a cover-up, right? It's a cover-up. It's not a good one to people like me and you because we see through this bullshit. But it's a cover-up so that, okay, we can do policies. We can continue to do what we've always done, be corrupt, not help the working people, special interest, do the duties of our donors, the whole nine. But you can't question us because these are women. Sorry, we had some interruption there, but they want to do this so that, whenever these women are doing all these corrupt things that would normally be done by, I don't know, I guess men or something like that, they can say, oh, well, she's a sexist, misogynist, right? That's what they'll say. These are things that these people will say, right? It doesn't matter who does it. I saw an interesting tweet where it says like, there'll be a bunch of women saying, excuse me, I'm speaking. I saw another glorious tweet that said, it'll also be women saying, no, you can't have health care. No, you can't have free college. No, we won't end the wars. No, we won't stop accepting money from billionaires and corporations and donors. No, we won't be grassroots funded. No, we won't do that. No, we won't only take small dollar donations. No, we won't do that. We'll continue the corruption. We'll keep not giving people health care. We won't end the wars. We won't get money out of politics. That's what this is. It's a cover-up. It's a bunch of bullshit. And Neera Tanden, just to get back on her for a quick second, because like I said, there's endless amounts of evidence as to why she's corrupt, as to why she's not fit for any position in this administration. She wants to cut Social Security and Medicare. She lobbied for it. She was supportive of it. What did Joe Biden support? He wanted to cut Social Security. Remember the grand bargain? If he gets in office, this might be something that he does. He might try and cut Social Security and Medicare. And he might actually get it done. God forbid he doesn't. But these are all possibilities, man. And man, it's not looking good for the left. It really isn't. That loss that we took with Bernie Sanders was monumental, man. It was monumental. And I every day I think, and it saddens me that the Sanders campaign, they couldn't figure out a way to come out victorious, given all the roadblocks and the establishment coalescing and taking him out, Obama playing his hand behind the scenes. It's really an unfortunate situation all the way around, but man, that loss really hurt, and we're paying for it right now. The establishment was never defeated, and it's going to be as tough as ever to defeat them going forward.